This is like, it feels weird. Okay, so Justin is home while I'm recording, and usually he's not. And I feel like I need to get out of the like, you can hear me. Can you hear me? No. Okay. 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 Hey guys, it's your girl back with another video. So for today's video, I wanted to do like an anti-haul moment. I feel like usually the girlies on, you know, all the socials are always trying to get you to buy makeup, but sometimes when you're in the mental headspace of like, no bitch, you can't buy no more makeup right now, you have to like really like lock it in. And so I'm very much the kind of girly who's always like going down Trendmood trying to see, oh my gosh, like the new makeup releases and stuff. And sometimes I just like to look at it, not because I'm gonna buy it, but like, you know, I just like to, it like feeds my appetite to just like look at beautiful things, right? So that's what I do. But today I wanted to go down Trendmood and just like go through some of the new makeup releases and see how I feel about them. I feel like since, okay, I'm talking too fast, but thank you guys for being here. If you're new here, my name is Karina. I'm a lover of all things makeup, all things beauty, all things beautiful things. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. But yeah, I want to do an anti-haul today because I feel like those are just kind of like interesting videos to go through, especially now that I'm doing a no buy this year. I feel like I kind of touched on it in a couple videos, but I really wanted to not buy as much makeup this year, so I challenged myself with a no buy. And so going through Trendmood the past couple months has been so different versus when it was like last year, when I would go through like, oh my gosh, I want this, I want that, and I would actually buy it. But this year I'm like, do I really want it? Because next year what I want to do is, in the beginning of the year, I made a list of things that I wanted throughout the year. I want to go through that list and see what I actually still want. And so now that I'm in a no buy mind frame, I feel like that's really impacted how I feel about new makeup releases. So yeah, that's what we're doing today, going through Trendmood and seeing how I feel about things. I'll probably, most of the things I don't want to buy, but even if I did, I would give reasons as to why. That's what we're doing today, so if interested, then just stay tuned. Wow, I feel like intros are always all over the place and I'm still trying to get them together, but you know, whatever, here we are. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, let me scoot over. Okay, so I'm gonna be putting the makeup releases over on here on the side of the screen while I'm going through them. So if you guys don't know, Trendmood is it's called, on Instagram, it's Trendmood1. It's an Instagram page and all they basically post is like new makeup releases. They're really good about just posting everything that comes out. And so I feel like that's always been one of the ones that I go to just to like see what's new, see what's up in the music, in the makeup community, in the makeup world. So I'm not gonna go through everything that's on there. I'm just gonna be calling out things that have stood out to me and whether or not I would, or just like how I feel about them. Okay, so there is, I feel like most of the time for me, I like to, the things that interest me the most usually are like makeup palettes and like makeup releases that have to do with makeup palettes and stuff. So I'm going through right now and there's one that I see, it's one by NARS. This is the Sweet Sensations collection. It's a very neutral rosy pink palette collection. And honestly, this one's really pretty. I do like it a lot, but I feel like I do have a lot of things in my collection already like it. And I think that's something that I take note of whenever I see new makeup that comes out. I'm like, how different is it actually from things that I already own? I don't own any NARS things yet. It would be nice to have one, so maybe this would be on like on the maybe list for next year. This is not a good way to start an anti-haul, but only because I really like the tones of this palette and I don't own anything NARS, like palette wise. So anyways, on to a different one. Okay, so there is also a new release by e.l.f. This is the, what do they call it? The Camo Liquid Blush. I feel like there's a lot of liquid products coming out, liquid blush, liquid bronzer, liquid highlight, because a lot of the girlies are more into natural finishes. I am more of an oily girl, so sometimes I feel like the natural and oily stuff just doesn't work for my skin. I'm still trying to figure it out. I haven't really bought a lot of like the liquid products because I'm on a no buy, but I feel like maybe slowly I'll start to incorporate them and figuring out how it works for my skin and see if it does work. But for now, I'm staying away from these because I'm scared to spend money. Mind you, I'm still on a no buy, but if I weren't on a no buy, I would still be scared to spend the money on these things and not know how to figure it out. You could always return things, but I just rather not go through the hassle. So I don't think this would be anything that I would actually be interested in. Sometimes packaging for me is also very important, and I think this packaging, I think it looks okay, but it's all right. I don't think that's something that I would be interested in. Juvia's Place. Okay, so these look kind of cool. They came out with their Culture 2 liquid eyeshadow. These look very metallic, super pretty shifts in colors, but these are more so like, so each one is $15, and it doesn't say how much product is in the tube, but the colors are very pretty. But I'm the kind of person that if I buy one of these, I want to buy all of them. So I'm like, I feel like for these, so mind you, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 15 is what? $85 or maybe 90. 6 times 15. It's $90 for all 6 shades. That's kind of a lot. Yeah, especially if you're not like an everyday type of like eyeshadow girly. I feel like ideally you'd want to pick one that you know you're gonna use all the time. And I'm like, a lot of these aren't super like friendly to like neutral looks. A couple of them could be, but I just don't think this is something that I would want to spend $15 on for just a single product, especially it being like an eyeshadow product. Because today I did my makeup really cute because I knew I was filming, but I don't always do this, and so it's like, how often am I really gonna use it, you know? So yeah, they look really nice, but I just don't think I would want to spend my money on these. Okay, so this next one is, these look really nice, they look really pretty, they look very shimmery. These are the Chroma Luxe Artistry Pigments by Pat McGrath. Pat McGrath, I have one of her eyeshadow palettes. I used it a couple of times, and the shimmers are to die for. They really feel really nice. They look very shimmery on the eye, but her shadows are really expensive. So all of these pots, each of these pots, so she came out with 6 singles. Each pot is $35 each. So I'm just gonna let that sit for a little bit. Each pot is $35 each. And 4 out of the 6 of the shimmers are more on the neutral side. The 2 are more on the pinkier side. And if anything, I would get more on the neutral side. But if I could, I would buy all of them, right? But that's not what I'm doing here, right? So I'm trying to like, why would I not buy these? If I had all the money in the world, I would buy all of them because they look beautiful. But I don't, and I do not want to be spending $35 on a single pot of eyeshadow. I feel like all of the colors that she came out with are colors that most people already have in their collection because they do pull more on the neutral side, and I would really have to see the way they perform on the eyelids to see if they're really worth it. And I just don't think $35 for one pot, like I don't think most people, or I'm speaking for myself, I don't think I would want to just spend that on a single pot, because that just doesn't make sense, especially because I know I have a lot of these colors already in my collection, a lot of these shimmers, and so I just don't think they would worth it. They look beautiful, but I just don't think I'd be willing to spend the money for those. Pat McGrath, if anything, if she does one thing right, it's her metallics and her shimmers. Super pretty formula. I wonder if this is the same formula as the one in her shadows, like eyeshadow palettes. It says it can be used with brush or fingertip application. I do find that I prefer to apply these with, and this is like for all shimmers, I feel like it picks up better when you do it with your finger. But anyways, yeah, I don't think this would be something that I would be going out of my way to buy, even if I wasn't on a no buy. They're just way too expensive. Okay, so scrolling down Trend Mood, some of these stuff might be older things that not all necessarily that came out in the month of December. I'm just like scrolling through, but I got to the post to the P. Louise X Michaela collab. This eyeshadow palette, okay, for one, I think it's just way too big. Like honestly, it's just not, what's the word? It's not, like it just doesn't make sense to like have in storage. It's just like way too big. Like where would you fit that, you know? Like even if you want to travel with it, I feel like it's very prone to like cracking and breaking. The shadows look really pretty. She has tons of blue shades in here, and I feel like the eyeshadow palette is just very limited. I guess you could do blues and you could do a neutral eye look, but I just don't know if you need all those blues for, you know, eye looks and stuff. I guess she really wanted to do like an icy princess moment palette. What is it called? To have and to hold in case you get cold. I mean, it's cute, but I just don't think I'd want this. It's a 50 matte and shimmer shades. inspired by her engagement and wedding. It doesn't say how much this is on here, but I just don't think it's cute. Like, I think the colors are cute, the blues, I mean, they look nice, but they just don't really look as enticing as like other palettes would to me. But maybe it's because I'm not like a huge blue eyeshadow girly. There has been one blue eyeshadow look that I want to recreate. It was on the episode, on one of the episodes of Selling Sunset. It was by Brie, or not, it wasn't by Brie, but Brie was wearing the eye look, and it just looked really nice. I might do a video trying to recreate it, so stay tuned for that one. But yeah, I just don't think that eyeshadow is nice for me. Okay, so scrolling down, I got to the Alamar Cosmetics Create, what is it called? Alamar Cosmetics is a Hispanic owned brand. So they came out with an eyeshadow palette, I wanna say maybe sometime in November or something, maybe a little bit before that. But it's called the Destino palette. So these colors are all very pretty. It's giving very much like summer beach vibes. Also, she included the blue in there and almost like a cool toned, I don't know, that silver in there looks really pretty. Their shimmers, I have a couple of their, actually, I think I've tried a couple of their palettes and their formula is really, really nice. I think the only thing that I don't like is that yellow in the corner, the one that says Camino. I think that one's a matte shadow, or maybe it's a greener shadow, but those shades just have never been really nice to me. And I feel like, honestly, it throws out the whole palette for me. It's 10 shades for $35. It's not a bad price point, but I just feel like this color palette isn't something that I would really be into. The yellows are cute, but I don't really go for yellows too much, you know? I just don't know if I like it. I just don't think it's something that I'd want to spend money on. I'm sure I have some of these blues already in my collection, some of those browns. The one in the corner, it appears, it's actually a light green color, but even that as a matte, I don't think that would work. I don't think I would create a lot of eyeshadow looks with that one color, and maybe that's gonna be the one color in the palette that I don't use, but I just don't think I would spend money on this one either. Scrolling down. Okay, so let's see. Who else? Okay, so this is one collection that came out. I don't know if y'all, okay, so are y'all like OG makeup girlies? Did y'all follow Carly Bible going up through the years? I did. So she came out with her own beauty line, her own makeup line, and this is called the Beauty Bible. So she came out with an eyeshadow palette, she came out with highlighters, she came out with lipsticks, lip liners, lip glosses, and she came out with an eyeliner. The eyeliner looks beautiful. The packaging, I don't think anybody's ever done anything like that, and I think it's pretty pricey, but honestly it's one thing that stands out a lot. And if you want to just to have a really nice eyeliner that just feels good to have, this would be it. I'm not sure what the price point is on all these things. Okay, right here it says the eyeliner is, the magic eyeliner is $22 for a single eyeliner. That's kind of pricey. In the past, I've used an eyeliner by Physicians Formula, and that one has always been really good to me. I haven't bought it in a while, but that would be the one that I would use, and it's not $22. Sorry y'all, my camera overheated, and it does that. I have a Sony a5100. It's a little bit older camera. It overheats sometimes, so sometimes I feel like it feels like I'm jumping from like one topic to the next. That's probably why. But anyways, I was talking about the collection that Carly Bible came out with. So I really did like that collection. I think it's very much catered to all the girlies that want to wear like neutral makeup on an everyday basis. Like that, those would be the color tones that I would go with. The palette was beautiful, the packaging was beautiful, tones in it are very neutral, very much for like neutral eye looks, and she has her pop of shimmers and stuff, really pretty. The price point was also very good. The 18 color eyeshadow palette is $39. Her velvet lipsticks are $20 each, which are a little bit pricey to me. The lip liners are $16 each. Her lip glosses are $18 each, and her highlighters are $19 each. The lip liners being $16 each is a little bit pricey for me, especially because I'm very used to Morphe's lip liner price point. I think it's like $3 or $4. Last time I bought them, they're like $4. I'm not sure if inflation has brought them up anymore, but yeah, I just can't see myself spending $16 on a lip liner right now. The lip glosses are $18 each. I have so many lip glosses in my collection that I don't need anymore. The highlighters are $19 each for a single pan. I already have plenty of highlighters and highlighter face palettes, so I don't need another one of those. The lipsticks are $20 each. I don't wear lipstick that much. Right now I'm really much into a cute lip liner moment with lip gloss on top. So I don't see myself buying the lipsticks either. The only thing that I might get next year, hopefully she'll restock again and have more by then, would be the eyeshadow palette. But this is solely, well, for a couple of reasons, because I actually like her and I want to support her, and because I do see myself using the palette on a regular basis. I feel like it's something that you could take with you when you travel and stuff. And yeah, I feel like that one's really pretty. Okay, one thing, there's another palette that I want to quickly talk about. This is the eyeshadow palette by James Charles. This is the one, the basic canvas painted palette. The colors are okay. I don't want to hate on it off rip, because I used to be a supporter of James, and then I don't know, the drama happened with him, the whole thing, and I don't feel like I genuinely like him as a person anymore. But if we're talking solely about the palette, I think it's a nice neutral palette. It has cute pinks in there and it has your oranges in there. I think it could be a good eyeshadow palette for the everyday person. It does have a lot of neutrals. It has really nice shimmers in there from what I can tell. I don't know what the formula would be for this, but the palette is a 24 shade. It's a neutral palette, 24 shades with matte and glittery shimmers to create a glamorous makeup look, and it's priced at $55. I don't know that I don't want to pay $55. I feel like in my head, James Charles is associated now with Morphe, and the $55 price point just doesn't make sense to me. Granted, it is his makeup line, but I just can't see myself spending $55 on this eyeshadow palette, especially because I know I have most of these colors already in my collection. So that would be a no-go for me. All right, y'all, so I think that's gonna be it for today's video. I really enjoyed doing this video. Let me know if you want me to do a few more of these, because I feel like the time went by so fast and it's low-key time for me to go to work now. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys. Always, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and give this video a huge thumbs up. It would really help me out. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.